Hi, everybody. Let's get started, and you can tell us all about the program. Why did you choose to train at Michigan Medicine?
I really wanted to do genetics, and I reached out to the University of Michigan to try to do an OA elective during my second year of pediatric residency, and was allowed to do a genetics rotation for 1 month during my second year of peds residency, and I just loved it. And I loved all of the faculty and all of the counselors and the administrative staff, and just the way that the faculty interacted with the residents and the trainees, and while still letting them have autonomy, you never felt like you were alone. And just their open door policy in terms of being able to help and being available to answer questions. Having that 1 month rotation, being able to have just even a flavor of what life was like at U of M in terms of the genetics division, I just loved it, and was definitely top of my list for where I wanted to do my genetics residency.
Yeah, echoing off of that, I think from the combined program standpoint, I think it was a really easy choice. I felt like you saw the best of the best in the pediatrics department, and then you have amazing genetics training as well. And they are both really integrated really well. I could see that even on the interview day. And so I thought it was a really easy choice for me to pick University of Michigan.
Yeah, maybe talk about our outreach clinics. That's always a fun thing to do.
Yeah, I went to Marquette, and it was lovely, and it was nice to meet a population of people that I think were so thankful for our care, because normally up north doesn't have the services that we provide, and so they were so happy to have us and so thankful that we came to help provide care that they wouldn't normally get. That it was really kind of a gratifying experience.
Tell me about your relationship between the pediatric genetics, or all the genetics faculty, and the trainees in the program.
I'd say overall, I've felt so fortunate to feel so supported. So going from being an intern to like a pseudo fellow role was definitely something that I was nervous about. And so everyone that I worked with early on made sure that I felt so supported, and I always knew that I could call them at any time, no worries, no concerns, just wanted me to feel comfortable. But I also feel trusted in that as I've worked with everybody and they've gotten to hopefully watch me grow a little bit, I feel as though they trust me to make some medical judgments and to assess when I need additional assistance. And so for me, that is really encouraging as a trainee to have this balance of making sure that I always feel supported, but also encouraging me to grow and to have medical decision making.
Can you just talk a little bit about your transitions back and forth between, genetics and your pediatric rotations, and how that's gone?
And going back to peds, it worked just fine. Like, I slipped right in. Our programs are really used to having combined residents. So whether they're med peds or peds neuro, people cycle back in and out just periodically. And so it's kind of an automatic thing.
Going from intern year to second year is obviously a little bit of a jump, where you go from like being an intern to almost like being a fellow, and kind of having that service kind of on your lap, and you kind of get to take control of it, and make it your service that you're running with the attendings. And I think all the attendings that I worked with the first month were all very supportive, and all really wanted me to take it on, and allowed me to do it. And
I'm gonna. This one's for Tony. Do you think that we have a family-friendly program?
Oh yeah, no, totally. At least as it relates to the call schedule, the expected workload, the hours. Yeah, with few exceptions, I've been able to get them from daycare every day. So I've been pretty happy with the work-life balance as it relates to this program. So, yeah.
What are the best aspects of training at Michigan Medicine?
I would say there's a lot of really good aspects about training at Michigan Medicine. In terms of one, as Tony mentioned before, the patient population that we see, it's very varied, and there's a lot of different diagnoses, different diagnostic classes that we see. The availability of our biochem and molecular and cyto labs is something that I'm very grateful for, and being able to reach out to them with any questions or concerns that we might have, being able to expedite testing if we need it. I would say that the biggest thing by far is the staff, the faculty, the genetic counselors, the administrative staff. So basically everyone that we come in contact with on a day-to-day basis in our division, because they really make it as easy as possible in terms of, trying to, one, fit in, and two, trying to, get what we want out of this residency or fellowship.
I think one other thing that I'm coming to appreciate more about being in a small-ish program is the ability to kind of make it a choose your own adventure. So saying, these are the things that I feel like I need to learn. These are the things that I think would be really beneficial to me. And being able to ask for those things and have them followed through. I keep coming back to how well supported I feel. And I think that for me is a really important thing in order for me to reach my potential growth. And so being able to ask for the things that I think I need, I think has been a fabulous thing about training at Michigan.
I think Katie did a really good job of making sure I had some extra rotations in adult and cancer genetics, which is important given my career trajectory. And yeah, another thing too, speaking of choose your own adventure, like for example, I kind of want to get some more biochem exposure. I was able to choose, more clinics with the biochem faculty, which was nice, and kind of, again, go back to the logbook, kind of the return visits, ongoing management of these kiddos. So, I think the degrees of freedom that we have here are definitely critical, and, again, I think speak to why I'm happy I chose here.
This was going to be a place that I was going to be supported, both from the ped side and the genetic side. There was no doubt in my mind that both wanted me to be the best I could be, and would do everything, have all the resources gathered, ready for me to be the best geneticist and the best pediatrician that I could be, which I really thought was really important for me.
There's something for everybody in this city. So everyone can find something that they're going to enjoy doing. And I think that that's also something that our genetics division is very good about, having wellness events and group events, even amongst our division, where we would always get together at least once a quarter and do something fun outside of work, whether that's one of those painting events or going kayaking during the summer as a group together, going to do one of those escape rooms. And then just the even smaller groups getting together, doing trivia nights and having, celebrations around holiday events. So those are things that everyone really looks forward to, and being able to spend time together outside of work. And I think that's really something that's important, is to find somewhere where you're going to want to spend time with these people outside of work, not just at work too. So this is definitely a good place to find that home.